Hello. Hi, everyone. You've probably been seeing my face a lot today. I've been in the background making sure this all works well, but my name is Elio Cruz. I am the Technology and Outreach Manager for YI, and I am here to talk to you about the Get Covered connector a little bit. For a little bit of background on me, just so you guys know, I am new to the company. I am here to be in charge of the Get Covered connector. If you guys are familiar with Phelan, I am taking over what Phelan had before. If he's in the chat, hello, Phelan. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about this awesome website tool, this amazing thing that we have here to showcase to you today is I'm looking at this from the technology perspective, and I am so impressed. I have been loving this tool, especially from what people have told me they're using it and how they're using it. It has been an amazing thing to just be a part of. And now I get to showcase it to you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about here. So what is the Get Covered connector? So the Get Covered connector is a tool that we have for folks who are assisters for organizations to help folks get covered. Getting assistance is one of the things that we want to make sure that is available for everyone. And we created this amazing tool that makes it easy to find help wherever you're at. Now, this tool that we created is available as a widget. So that means that you can go right to the website, find some help. The nice thing is that we actually have it embedded in some websites as well. So we can put it right on your website. So that means that if someone wants to get covered, they don't have to visit any special website to find the coverage. We can work with you to embed it onto your computer or on your website, sorry. So that way folks can just go onto the page and pop in, find help, get their appointment taken care of, get reminders even, and go through the entire process of making sure that they have healthcare coverage. So it's a scheduling tool and a reporting tool to make your jobs easier. Just to give you a little bit more information about it, it's one place to put your schedules, one place to keep track of your appointments, and one place to manage your reports. Now, I actually got a chance to speak to someone, and I am living in this bubble where everyone I've interacted with have been using the connector tool, but I decided to look outside of it a little bit. And I was talking to an assister who wasn't using the connector, and he was kind of detailing everything, all the different tools, all the different things that they had to use in order to keep track of appointments, making sure that that's communicated to everyone there, and having a scheduling. And don't even get me started on reporting. He said that that was one of his worst things that he, had to come up with. And I was telling him about the Get Covered connector, and he was super interested. And he just saw how much of a useful resource, a useful tool this is for anyone in the healthcare field trying to get consumers, appointments and get them covered. So that's just an awesome found that I have found, that this is a great tool to take over a lot of tools you may already be using. And I know some folks on the call are already using the Get Covered connector. That's awesome. And for those who don't, stay tuned. We'll talk more about that as well. It's the easiest way for consumers to find you. Simple to find and book in-person or virtual help. This is the awesome part. 1 out of 3 appointments come from our widget. That's huge. With the pandemic and everything happening, the virtual space is more familiar than ever. So making sure folks get help wherever they're at, when they need help, is an important feature. And just knowing that folks can go onto the website, book an appointment right from there, however they would like it, is an awesome feature that we have. And of course, community partners can make seamless referrals too. Not only do we have things embedded, but we also have a referral system as well that can be more in depth for those folks who need it. Focused on ease of use and collaboration. I think one thing that I learned from all of this assistance and healthcare coverage and just getting people signed up is that collaboration is important. Look at us now, we're collaborating. This is a tool that makes this kind of collaboration easier for huge organizations, for our partners that have multiple locations all over the place. This is one scheduling tool for you to overview a lot of these things and schedule for booking, for promotion, all that good stuff. The Get Covered connector is an amazing tool for everyone and anyone who uses it. Now, I wanted to go through just a few of the features that I think makes this tool truly unique, makes it forward-facing for the future. We are constantly working on this tool to make sure that it's up to date with features that our consumers are asking for. We want to make your lives easier. We want to make sure that this works with any facet of your capabilities. Some of the things that we've added in here is calendar sync with Google and Outlook. Listen, one of my favorite things is that folks can do all the scheduling, do all the things within the connector tool, and then you can have your phone. And if you have Google Calendar and you have it synced up, you can continuously have a feed of your calendar. As things change on the website, they're updated, and I won't say immediately, but almost immediately onto your calendar. So that kind of sync and integration just makes everything a lot smoother, a lot easier for anyone wanting to use our tool and use it to the maximum. Zoom integration. This one's a big one. Of course, we all know what happened in 2020, and we're just, crawling out of that now. And of course, Zoom integration has been integrated in every portion of our lives. Why not the Get Connected tool? Some of the way that this tool is integrated specifically with Zoom is that if you connect your Zoom, and of course you have your location available for Zoom appointments, Zoom will automatically, see this smile, automatically make it a meeting for that appointment and schedule it and send it out. So these kinds of integrations is something that we have had requested, implemented, and we have heard nothing but praise about making this easier, again, for not just the consumer, but for everyone involved. And last one is mobile friendliness. I know a lot of our folks may be on the ground, maybe in a car, maybe moving around and trying to get as many people covered and assisted. With some of our focus on on friendliness, you can view our website right from your phone, and it doesn't look like you're trying to view a desktop website. Now, of course, there will be more improvements for everything in the future, but for now, you will actually be able to view and see your appointments, create new ones, and even do some administrating right from your phone. This also works really well with iPads or any other mobile devices. This is just something that I actually really love because I was able to take a look at how our folks actually use our product and making sure that it adapts to those use cases. Now, we don't have a lot that's new this year, but we do have one really awesome feature that I'm really excited for. To give you take a step back and give you a little background, security has become more and more important the more that we are living in this virtual space. And we wanted to make sure that that's forefront for us as well. Now, this is nothing that is required for all of our users to use. However, it is an extra step that makes signing in more secure for those users who do want that extra level of security. So what we've added is multi-factor authentication for your login in security. Now, one thing that we decided to do is that we went through and made sure that you can have it for an entire organization. So everyone who logs into an organization would have to use this multi-factor authentication to log in, or you can do it on a per user basis as well. So these are some of the great features that I'm actually going to showcase. I would love to show you what it looks like to sign up for this, because on my end, I don't like presenting or giving you anything without showing you a little bit of how it's used. So if you were to use this tool, you would be able to get started right away. So we'll show you that in one of the live demos here. And we're going to go right into it. I'm going to show you just a few things that I kind of talked about, as well as show you how to sign up for multi-factor authentication, what that looks for me, what that would look for you, and then go into a little bit more details there. And of course, a Q&A at the end. So give me one moment here while I switch my screen. All right, thanks for your patience. So what we're seeing here first, oops, that was a little bit of a spoiler here. Let me go over to this tab. So what you're seeing here is our Get Covered tool. So one thing to note about this, let me just make sure that folks, oh, can you hear me now? I just got that message saying you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Hoping you guys can. Awesome. Okay. So as I was mentioning, what I'm going to showcase here is our widget. Now, this is the website. It's getcoveredamerica.org. And what I want to showcase here is kind of how this works. So I'm just going to refresh the page just so you see it brand new. And look at this. Find local help. Pretty easy to kind of find out what to do on this page. We enter in your zip code here, enter in the distance that you are looking for help, and of course, any language you might need help in. And then these are some of our newer features down here. We actually have the ability to filter out some of the help that you might need. So I am going to enter in our friends over here at Phoenix and see what they have here for help. So I'm putting in that I can use help in any language, in person, telephone, or Zoom. I just need help. Let's take a look. Awesome. So you'll see here that there's a few locations here that have some appointments available to schedule. Now, first one that I'm seeing here, this has a little icon here saying that it's in location, it's a place. And here I can schedule an appointment. We have other glyphs as well, kind of like the LGBT friendly glyph here, which means that they've gone through some training to earn that glyph. I will also want to showcase this one here. This is a kind of a virtual appointment. So that I already know just at a glance here that this can be done anywhere. And I don't have to go to a physical location. Now, they may actually have appointments that I can do over phone or Zoom, but they just also have a physical location. So let me take a look. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to schedule here. And this is some of my favorite features here. You have a map. That way you can see more or less where it's at. Make sure it's a good one for you to visit. And then you can say, oh, yeah, I'm trying to go this week. So then we can take a look at some of the appointments we have here, see if any of these work. Well, let's say Thursday at 1 works for me. Take a look again, confirm the information that it's going to be at the NOAA, the Neighborhood Outreach Access to Healthcare. Now, this is specifically for virtual appointments here. And this is where I enter all my information in order to get that appointment. Now, you'll notice down here, actually, in the preferred meeting type, you get to say what kind of appointment you want to do. Now, this information also gets translated onto the assister's end, so they know what kind of appointment they're taking. But I just wanted to show you here that you can say, I want in-person appointment here, and you can schedule that appointment. Now, I'm not actually going to schedule this appointment just so I don't actually mess up anyone's schedule and believe that I'm coming in or need some help assisting. But I also want to detail that once you make that appointment, a few things will happen. Number one, the person who is going to be doing the appointment, the scheduler, will get notification that you have scheduled an appointment, as well as get notified 24 hours before. And then also our consumers will get notifications 24 hours before their appointment to let them know that's happening. Now, we also, want to stress that any communication that you have is also great, and we're just adding on top of that communication that you should already be doing to make sure that these folks get to their appointment and that it's happening. But just want to let you know that we do have some of this built into our system. And lastly, I just want to mention, it's not on the screen here, but when you do schedule an appointment, there'll also be a nice link with a PDF of important things to know and to bring. So that's something that's really cool there. And I also want to showcase that we also have this in Spanish. Si hablas español, vas a ver que esto es una gran ayuda para todos los que están tratando de agarrar más ayuda. And I just wanted to let you guys know that we are looking to do this into more languages as we can, as our capacity allows us to. But Spanish is one of the biggest ones that we ask for. We more help in Spanish. So this one is a great thing to showcase. Now, I also wanted to showcase a few of our friends here to show how they integrate this into their website. So here is Covering Wisconsin. And you'll see that right on their website, look at that. They have the widget right here ready for us to search for an appointment, find an appointment, and book it. And just show you something a little bit different. They just do it. Our friends here at Cover Arizona also have the widget here. But check us out. They don't have it on their main page. We want to go ahead and find help. And you'll see that they have designed this with their website folks and our code in order to look the way they want it to. So you'll see it's not on a big screen like it was over here with our Covering Wisconsin, but our folks here just have it on the side with some more information around it. This is adaptable and ensuring that you can use it to however you want to brand it for your website, or also just whatever makes most sense to you. Now, one thing I wanted to showcase before I go into the connector to go into more detail, which I'll go ahead and make sure I refresh that page, is I want to just touch on our frequently asked questions. We have a great resource pool to answer any of the quick questions that you may have when using our tools, as well as we have video resources and manuals for you to visit. But I just wanted to showcase specifically the multi-factor piece of it. Now I'm going to log into my account. And when I log in here, I have turned on multi-factor authentication for myself, and I'll be prompted to set it up as soon as I log in. So when I log in, it's going to say, set up a multi-factor device. Now, there's a few compatible apps that allow you to do multi-factor authentication. Personally, I'm using Authy on my phone. That is Google Authenticator. And I'm just going to hit get started. And on here, and all these applications will ask you if you want to scan a QR code. So on my phone, I'm going to hit scan QR code, and then right here on the screen, I'm going to show QR code. I'm just going to raise my phone up to the screen, and I already have it connected. It understands, it translates the information that needs to be pushed over right from this barcode. And it's asking me to put in my first code. And don't worry, you can copy this all you want, because these codes change every few, actually, I believe I have these set to change every 30 seconds. But they are unique to me as well. So if I give you my next code here, what you'll see, it doesn't matter to me because you won't be able to get in using this anyway. But let me just go ahead and set this up, and boom, I have it set up now. So next time I go to log in, it's going to ask me, oh, before you log in, what's that code? And if I open up my Google app, my authenticator, there's going to be a code displaying right there, which I'll just kind of glance there. And then I'll enter in this code on the screen here, 877008, and I'm in. So that extra level of security is something that we wanted to focus on to make sure that our folks who are using the connector can use it as safe as possible and get the most use out of it, just in case. We never know what's going to happen, and we want to make sure that everything is covered here. Now, I am running out of time, and I do want to make sure that I do have some time for question and answering. So I'm just going to kind of give you a quick overview of the connector. Now, real quick, I did want to just glance at here and under admin. This is where you'll establish your connections to Zoom, Google, and Microsoft. That way, for Google and Microsoft, that's for your calendar, and for Zoom, that's for Zoom, and that's for us to do making video meets as well as scheduling them. Now, I just kind of want to give a quick overview of the organization here. Ignore the names. These are tests, and this is just the demo. But you'll see here, you would have your organization here. Under your organization, you would have all locations that you have there. And it's a short list, but this is where you'll have your list of assisters. And once you have some schedules set up, you'll be able to see upcoming appointments, appointments happening. And let me just show you a little bit about scheduling. So you'll see here, you can create a new schedule, whatever the kind of schedule may be, which would create almost like a shell for the type of schedules happening. And I'm just going to edit this one we have here. This one I just called phone appointments. And it gives you some great tools to buffer some of the time that you have to take an appointment. So here's one for an hour and a half. So that means that if it's like 5 minutes before an appointment time, no one can book it. You can set here how long you want to ensure you have a buffer for the next appointment coming, if someone is booking appointments a lot. Of course, you can select what languages you may be speaking, and then down here, accommodations that you may provide during that time to schedule. Go. And in here, you'll also have the calendars for that specific schedule. So let's take a look at here. So let's go to the phone appointments. The assister is Phony Phone, and you'll see all the appointments that they have here. You can see that these are all blue because none of these have been booked yet. They are open appointments. Now I'm going to go over to the Zoom appointments, and you can see Zoomer is doing Zoom appointments. Oh, and look, we have a few actually scheduled here. You can tell because they're green, they're ready to go. And we have a few folks coming in. It actually looks like I have an appointment right now. You'll be able to view or edit the appointment. Now I'm just going to view it real quick just so I can give you an overview of what that looks like for an appointment view. You'll have all their information that you can capture from them. here's some of my favorite things down here. Of course, they're going to select how they want their meeting type. You can select a refer, the language that they request in. And here's our great place for Story Hub for those who have any great stories to share, we want to know. And of course, our reporting. Reporting is one of the reasons that people love our tool. And this is the kind of reporting aspects that we have here. So once you go ahead and successfully enroll the consumer, you'll have a lot more questions to answer here. And these are going to help you at the end of your reporting period to understand kind of how these folks got help. Now, I also want to just detail some of my favorite features within an appointment. So let me go into some of the appointments you have here. Of course, there's a few different views. Schedules allows you to see the schedules you've created as well as edit them. Now, if I do go back into scheduling here, you can view the calendar. So you can see each schedule's calendar, which you can add sessions to them or even book those appointments, which is fantastic right from here. But we'll also have a different view that just shows you all available appointments. You can see I have a few folks here, and I have an appointment coming up, so that would be the first one I would take here for Summit Test. Now, once you're done with an appointment, we'll go here to edit, and we enrolled them, whatever the case may be. So we did not successfully enroll them. Again, answer those questions, we'll update that appointment, and that's how you go ahead and start doing that reporting and collecting that information and getting folks help. One of the things I wanted to mention is, let's say, for example, Mr. Summit Test here is not going to make it to his appointment. Well, I don't even want to type all the information out. And guess what? You don't have to. Right up here at the top right-hand corner, it allows you to clone appointment, which will take all the information from that last appointment and give you this nice little slot here to find appointments. Now, of course, you would probably want to enter in your zip code where you're at, but say they're going across the country to somewhere else. You can put in the zip code there and find out what kind of appointments that they have around there. Book it straight up and continue on with getting them help. So that's just a quick overview of some of these tools we have here. And the last one I really wanted to showcase was the reporting. So you'll have all the information here for the reporting. As you can see, I have so many reports right now, but we have the one here for Mr. Summit Test, and you can sort the information. So if you had a long list of information, say you just wanted to sort by a certain location, or you wanted to sort by a certain assister, you would be able to sort that there. And it would actually give you those options of like, did you mean this location? Did you mean this person? And you can update those filters. Best part, you can download it, and you'll download it as a spreadsheet, a CSV file. And when you do, the filters that you have on will actually go in with a download. So what you see is what you get. And this is great for manipulating data in case you're trying to find out how many folks that you helped out or any of the reporting fields that you've entered in. You can go ahead and find out that information, so then you can manipulate that data as you would. But that is just a quick overview. Again, apologies for going so quick. And I am going to switch over to answering a few questions here. But hopefully you guys found something new and found this interesting. So let me take a look. Give me a moment here while I go through the Q&A and questions. Okay. There we go. Does this integrate with Teams? Schedule appointment as team meetings. Right now, we don't have any team integration. Our only integration is with Zoom as a video platform. We do have Microsoft Office or Microsoft Outlook integration, which would just create that schedule, create that appointment on there for you to see. But we don't have any integrations with Team as of now. I see that someone asked if we integrate with Outlook. We do. We have that sync up there that allows you to connect to your Microsoft account, and then it would basically add a calendar over to your existing Outlook view, and then you would be able to select and deselect that calendar as you use. Let's take a look. Let's see. Does this tool work for organizations not on the Find Local Help? We are currently having technical issues getting added. So I will actually have a slide up here in just a moment for additional help for kind of past this, in case you want to email me, that we can kind of go on from there. Oh, can they select the Zoom meeting here as well? That's a good question. So for our consumers within the appointment, when I showed you the appointment view, When Zoom is selected and linked up, at the top right-hand corner, you'll have two different options. Number one, you can send a link. So if folks are having trouble finding the Zoom link that you have emailed, you can always email a new one by generating it there, as well as you can just join the meeting straight from there. Let's see, is there any cost for this? Great question. So we do have contracts for this, and I'd love to talk about this more. I'll put the slide up so you can email me, and I'd love to give you more information of what that looks like to use this tool. We want to make sure that as many people as we can, we get on to use this tool. So we'll definitely talk more about that. All right. Oh, okay. I see someone asking, could you provide a video or something step-by-step of the correct use of the connector? One thing that I have, let's see, do it all, these things are great. Okay, so when it comes to connector, there's a couple different ways of doing things. And I'm glad you asked for videos. Right now, I am working on that. And we're actually having our first webinar coming up soon, I believe next week. Let me just double check my calendar here to give you when that will happening. Great. So yeah, it looks like I am doing that. There we go, on October 12th. And I will give you send out more information about that webinar that's happening. It's going to go over some basics, as well as kind of ask some questions there, so we can get more stuff answered and get people connected and ready. Okay, so I am running out of time here. I just want to go through any other quick questions that I have here. Okay. Transfer connected calendar to, okay, last one, how to connect transfer connected calendar to Outlook. There's a few different ways. One of the ways that you can do it is you can pull out the Outlook or the iCal link, and you can connect that onto your calendar, whatever that may be, or you can integrate using one of our tools there, and that will move or sync up that calendar over to yours. Now, again, I want to thank everyone for your patience while I ran through this meeting here. I know you guys may have a lot more questions, and then let me put up the slides so you guys can actually ask me those questions here. But yes, I will actually, since I'm running out of time, I will put that email into the chat, and if you guys have any questions, you can email me there so we can have some more time to chat there. But again, I want to really thank you guys for coming in, listening to me spout for just a few moments here about a new not a new tool, but a tool that is new to me that I'm excited about to help you guys help everyone else. Again, I'm going to be putting the email into the chat here, and again, we'll send out more information about the registration for the webinar very soon. Okay, thank you everyone, see you at the next one.